podium in the center of the room. You see there's some decorations. You see Masiri's giant statue of the Raven Queen behind the podium as well. Um, as you enter, you also notice that there are dozens of monks, warrior monks, lining the walls right now. They are all armored and seem to be on a very strict watch rotation, just kind of patrolling the entire building.
I go up to Yazira and Kamara, and I ask them, "What's our number?" Like very seriously, like what's our man force right now? Our manpower.
She says, you see Comrade speak, she says, um, out of the 2,000, we've been able to get contact with maybe 800.
Fuck, 200. 200. No, find me 100 monks who are good but not great. I need like the middle of this crop to protect these people. Then I want you to get a hold of the other 500. But how many monks you said? You said 600, right?
Two total. 200
So,
total.
No, I said you. Out of the 2,000, they've had contact with 800.
oh,
Oh,
800.
what
Okay,
the
my
fuck?
bad, my
Am I
bad.
true?
So,
Not bad.
yeah, yeah. Get 100 of very, very well monks, very good monks, protect the people, and then muster up the remaining 700 on me. We are going to march to the wizard's tower and end this today.
She kind of nods and says, the most of the numbers are spread throughout the city, but I will send word for them to start trying to move in our direction.
That's
Through
good.
the sewers.
Through the sewers. Make sure they move through the sewers and they travel. And then I look around and I did ask you about this earlier in the campaign. I'm looking for two young monks. Are they in here?
Yeah,
Should they be in here?
yeah. Probably. I think it depends. You could pick two from the ones that are here, or you could wait until more arrive.
I'll pick two from the ones that are here right now.
Okay. You walk around. You're pretty in tune with most of the trainees and stuff. You find two individuals who you deem to be the best at their respective things. You find a young elven woman who is generally considered to be one of the best current acolytes at physical combat. And you find another young he is a he's a young dwarven man who is kind of at the head of the pack when it comes to spirituality.
Okay. I I grab both of them and I pull them off to the side and I tell them, "You will not join us on this endeavor. You will help the 100 that are staying behind and evacuate, but they're going to have orders to die for these people. You are going to have orders to live. I need you to find my son, train him in our ways, and then when he is ready, let him lead. But right now, you two will be the future of our order. When this is all said and done, whether we live or die, you will live to make sure that what our brothers and sisters do is not forgotten to the marches of time."
Um, there's a slight pause. The elven woman looks at you and she says, "My lord, you know we would happily fight and die with the rest."
I know that dying is easy, my child. Living, now that is the challenge, isn't it?
She kind of puts her head down. You see the dwarven man. He kind of looks up at you and he says, My lord, I would ask permission to take some selections from the library with me.
Take what you will. It is your job to
Uh,
protect the memory of our order and everyone that has come before you.
He nods and he looks at you and he says, "It may be too much, but if I could." Would it be possible to, and if you need it, I understand, but have some relic of yours, a signifying item or idea, something to be remembered by, something like your trident?
Can I insight him to see if
Mhm.
he means like malintent or like malicious
Absolutely.
intent or anything?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Advantage or normal?
Just straight.
Yeah,
He's a
cool,
thief.
cool. I'm always gonna ask, but 23.
23? Yeah. On a 23, you look at this guy and you, at first you're like, okay, why does he want, some crazy relic weapon? And then you realize that this individual is not a monk because he likes fighting. He is a monk because he likes the history. And more than anything, this individual values, not only preserving history, but making sure there are tangible means in which to look at it and to remember it.
But then I go up to Neris and I like put a hand on his shoulder and I say, "This guy fucks with Wu Tang heavy." No,
Real.
real.
You.
I say, I believe he means well, and I want to just. I'm not gonna cast anything, but I want to touch the monk. And I want to like say a prayer for him.
Yeah.
Both of them. Can I actually like grab both of their shoulders and
Yeah,
just like
you
pray?
kind of walk in between them and put one hand on each of their shoulders and put your head down. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Yeah, cool.
53.
53? That's not bad. Okay, and then now roll me a religion check.
Religion. I should be good at that. Great. Is that Sean Combs?
16? John Combs. All right, a 16 plus. Gotta do some math real quick, hold on.
Math,
That
motherfucker.
look like Euryxis right now.
That's Sean Combs, bro. I'm telling you. That's him in prison.
Yes, my
Yep.
child. Take one bottle of my Johnson & Johnson baby oil. Remember
It's very
how I-
precious to me. This is my first one I used with Beyonce.
Okay. Pretty okay roll. It's not enough to fully
Oh.
bless them, but I will say that due to stuff going on, you are able to, for the next 24 hours, imbue them both with fire resistance.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, sick. Can
As
Can I have
Euryxis,
like
I was gonna
something
say
happen,
Euryxis,
like a tattoo or something on their neck? That'd be
well, I
cool.
was gonna say Euryxis kind of puts his hands on their shoulders, and Neris, you see his hands start to kind of light up with a dull glow. It looks like the embers of kind of a coal that has sat after it's burned for a good 12 hours. That dull color that you don't see at ember until you move the coal, and you see both of these individuals kind of put their head down, and you see these small tendrils kind of come off of Euryxis's armor and go down and make themselves and kind of create these tattooed necklaces around their neck that end in a drop of like liquid fire.
That's hard. That is
Yeah.
hard.
And I just tell them, for the future of the monastery, for the future of the monks, and for the future of Vitael, live.
The elf lady bows to you. The dwarf does as well, and they turn and the elf lady says, "We will begin making preparations. When will we be expected to evacuate?"
Once we start moving towards the wizard's tower, the monks will start pushing these people out of the city. Like I said, they will have orders to fight to the last man to protect the retreat of these people. You will be leading the charge within the people and protect and walk them out of here. Remember, you must live. That is my final order to you.
They both bow to you. The dwarf fellow looks up at you. He says, "Well, it has been an honor, my lord. Any any things you wish to be remembered, have sent to me, and I will make sure they are protected."
I look down at my trident and I pull it out, look down at it, and I was like, when Astra is ready, give this to him. And I hand him my trident.
Yeah, he nods. He takes it with both hands. You see, he kind of feels the grip a little bit, looks at it. You see, it's he's just kind of impressed by such an ancient weapon. He takes it and he very gingerly puts it in his bag of holding. Bows, and they both walk away to go make preparations.
Yep, I relay what I told these two. Not relay. So I told them. That's what I said. All right.
Cool.
Like I said, yeah, I gotta start getting my monks and start telling them to convene on me.
Yeah, you just spend the next little bit going and throwing orders, trying to get people to start collecting together and everything like that, so you can get those plans rolling. What's Masiri doing in this temple? You have some amount of druids and Raven Queen followers underneath you. Not so much an organized force as you yourself are kind of the organized force.
Well, yeah, I still want to gather like of who I have close to me. I assume I have like a
You probably have
kind of
you probably
staff.
have like a circle of a let's see. Yeah, you have like a circle of druids and various like, fighters and stuff who are dedicated to the Raven Queen. Your right hand is Asha, and then Sivan is underneath her. But there's probably 24 to 30 pretty old and strong druids, as well as a variety of like 4 or 5 fighters, and a couple of clerics.
Okay. Well, I want to take a majority of them. However, leave a few clerics and druids to kind of make sure we keep this as a safe haven still.
Sure.
But I kind of gather who I have and inform them of what
Yeah.
knowledge we've gathered
You
on the
you go
situation.
into your sanctum. The door to it is behind the statue of the Raven Queen. That's kind of in the center of the room. And you see that there's the room that leads off to the bunk slash barracks area. There's different offices and stuff. It's a pretty large area back here. But as you enter the room, you see Asha, kind of her old, little bit withered form on her cane, start to walk up to you, and she says, "Master Nthal, I I don't understand what's happening."
We are unfortunately under attack by what we know so far is a plan that the Archimagos put together. And so right now our primary focus is going to be on the people and save who we can and protect who we can as well. So gather the other druids, and I want to have a few stay as well as some of the clerics to make sure that if this will still remain a safe haven for people that are looking for hiding.
She nods and says, "I will send word. What are the rest of us? Are we to escort the citizens?"
Yes, I would like a few of y'all to make sure scout the area. Use. Do you know if there's any plants that have still made it, or any magical resources we have around the city
I
that
don't know if there are
survive?
any plants, but we could try to contact the trees in the defense grid.
that'd be very appreciated, just so that way we can get a wider understanding of how big and how massive the effect could be on the city.
She nods and says, "And what of the rest of us? Are any of us to come with you?"
Remainder, I would like to follow me, as we are going to be most likely having to fight off this attack. We cannot just stay here and defend. We must stop the source where it is. So we will make our way out once we get a wider understanding of the situation and really work on what we need to get the people, of course, and take down who we need to.
She nods. Says, "I will see it done. I can't say I'm surprised, my lord. That old bastard, the Archmagos, has been nastying up this city for as long as I can remember, and I was alive before the city."
God.
You laughing at me? You laughing at me?
Oh, am I there?
Why are you laughing at me?
Leave, Erixus, please.
Oh, because I thought it was a joke. My bad.
No, I was Estoc talked to me. It was he said
Send
knock
me a
knock.
meme.
Yeah.
Send me a
The
rap
fuck
star.
I did. I said that over the intercom.
I did not do that.
He's capping.
Estoc did not say anything. What the fuck?
The intercom just keeps cutting in and out.
Listen to the Archmago.
She Asha looks at you and she says, "Well, I figure this. I don't know what comes after this. I don't know how the city survives this."
We will get there whenever we get there. However, we must focus on what we can do and what we know we can do. So we're just gonna fight how we've always been taught and protect the people how we always have.
She kind of smiles and nods. She says, I have a request of you, my lord, if you would entertain me.
Please speak.
I do not know where you had planned for me to go, but I would request a chance to unleash the hell of wildfire upon that old bastard.
I believe if anybody deserves that right, that it should go to you as well. So if that is your request, I understand and I accept.
Thank you. I'm old. I've lived my life. I want to go out with a bang.
You lived protecting the city. If you must, we all are willing to sacrifice and put our lives on the line for the city as well.
She nods and says, I will go make the necessary communications. It should not take long.
May I make a suggestion? I don't mean to interrupt.
Sure.
Yeah, I assume I work with Missiri enough to know a little bit about druids, but if the remaining druids that are here to protect the temple, if you could get some to use maybe spike growth and vines to protect the outer walls of this monastery to make it hard because of what happened to us up in the tower. I think any extra protection to the foundation and spike growth around the sides and out the garden, maybe like the exterior, meaning there's only like one entrance or exit, easier to fortify, blah blah blah. I think that could help as well.
Okay. I relay that to
So, if you can, she can have some of the druids who are staying here take care of that.
yeah, and use as well as meld to stone to any of the glass, because that's a ritual, right? So they can cast
Yeah,
it.
they can.
Oh,
take
yeah.
time.
So
That's true.
maybe like any of the weaker surfaces.
Yeah.
Use
General
meld to
reinforcement. Yeah,
Yeah, general. Yeah.
makes sense.
and
Makes
then-
sense.
Yep.
And then
way we get
with
everything
that, what you had?
ready. No, I said that way we just get everything ready.
Yeah. And then with that, we'll cut over as Euryxis leaves the room and walks over to his temple, the small connecting tunnel. You can see as you walk through, there are the glass windows. You can look out and see just those kind of green putrid clouds still kind of floating all around. Haven't breached the building yet, but it still looks pretty nasty out there. You enter your part of the temple. You see the main kind of main podium area with the pews down the center. All your different statues of various gods up and down the sides. As you enter, you see a couple of your clerics up at the front, but it doesn't seem like all of them are in this room right now. You're assuming they're probably in one of the offices or something.
Okay, so I'm walking in. It's just like the few clerics.
Yeah, there's just like two kind of guarding the doors right now.
Okay, then I'll just say, continue to guard it. There are things at hand here, and we cannot afford any losses inside of the temple. And I walk past.
Yeah. They both bow to you and just continue their watch. You walk back towards the room. You see a door on the right-hand side, kind of ornate, lined with this kind of iron pattern. You walk inside, you hear kind of a hubbub of probably 10 or 12 voices that all seem to be in some kind of heated discussion. You hear one of them say, "Until we hear from Master Annam, we cannot make a choice." And another one says, we cannot just sit here and do nothing. We must take action. Otherwise, we will all perish." As you enter the room.
Both of those are good ideas.
One of the individuals turns around. You see Katra's in here. She kind of walks through like the legs of the people. You see her pop out. She says, "Master Annam, I had hoped you would show up. It is quite good to see you. Hopefully you can put an end to this, shall we say, debate."
I think I can, as well as I have orders for many. So if we could gather any available here in the temple, I'd like to speak
says,
most.
Of course. She gathers. All in all, there's probably, including like the dozen or so war clerics, there's probably about 20 people here. All the craftsmen are still on, the mining district. They're still in the Gaius, and all of them are still in the mining area. So it would take them a while to get here, but right now it's mainly just the clergy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stand up in front of them all and say, things are looking terrible. But a small group of us, and I'll name everybody. We are heading a raid of the wizards as well as the Grand Magos, and I would like support. Anybody that does not wish to follow, speak now, and protect yourself. I will not throw any harm. The monastery next door has a group that is about to leave here within next few hours. And I'll let anyone speak up.
There's a pause for a moment, and then after probably 30 seconds, you see a young human man step forward. And you look at him, and he steps forward, doesn't walk to the door, and he looks at you and he says, "Are you leaving, Master Annam?"
No, I'm not leaving. I'm here to stay and fight. And if I have to die for this church or this city, I will.
He looks at you, he kind of looks down at his hands, he says, "As much as fear takes hold, you know none of us will leave if you stay." And he steps back in a line.
Good answer. Okay, so this is a plan. We're going to have two groups. We're going to have an action group and a support group. I want, personally, the strongest life domain cleric and the strongest war domain cleric to come with me to head the battle. And I want primarily the rest middle range level clerics to go and support the evacuation attempt. The monastery is heading it right now. There's hundreds of people in there, as well as the airships. I would like at least 5 to 25 on each airship. If space allows. If not, I would rather civilians go first because I know y'all are all very well trained to survive.
They kind of bow. They look around. You see one of the individuals who was arguing earlier. He says, I am not sure if we have a life domain cleric among us. And there's a small pause and look around, and you hear a voice say, I am a life domain cleric. And you look down and you see Katra raising her hand.
Katja, you will be by my side then.
As you will it, my lord. And you look at the individual who asked the question, the tall, bald man. His name is Oris. He's the strongest war cleric you have.
You, come with me.
You see as he looks, he kind of smiles and he says, I had hoped so. And he walks forward.
Now, do I have any others that wish to come with an army of about... How many did you say you're heading, Nathaniel? To the monks?
It's
That were going
be
to the... You said like
the
you had a
monks
few
are coming
hundreds,
with
right?
me. Yeah, I got 800 monks. 698 are coming with me to the tower.
Okay, then... Okay, that I was stupid. Okay, I would like to rephrase what I was saying earlier. I want at least 80 or so clerics. Because I have quite a bit, I assume, right? In the
As
city,
far as
or
like
no?
as far as like war priests, you really have you have about 20 like really good war priests. But there's a couple hundred clerics.
Okay,
total.
just support. Okay, then I'll say, okay, I want 50 capable clerics to support the monks in any venture they do, and that is
Okay.
going to be our attack squad, as well as supporting the airships and the two
Yeah.
coming with me.
So yeah, the two you picked plus 50 extra monks, and then you want the rest to run support.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, also, I want them to fetch me. Like right now, I'm assuming we have potions.
Yeah, and
I just want a few, nothing
you
crazy.
guys have a pretty solid stock. I mean, they of course are keeping some for like healing needs for the people and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But even then, you could also put more clerics on making potions if you wanted.
I don't think I have time for that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I want to take a stock hold so I can give to our main party.
I'll say right now, in total, as far as excess of what they can give you without like really hurting their stores, you could probably get like 8 greater healing.
Okay, that's perfect. I want to take one right now, actually.
Yeah, go
Just
for it.
drink on.
So
How do I...
it's 8d4 plus 8.
6, 7, 8. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 plus 8 is what? I'm bad at math.
27.
27. Thank you. Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Just take this with me.
Yeah, people start running around, barking orders, start trying to send out communications through different sending spells and all kinds of things. And as that happens, we're going to cut away to the Sorcerer's Academy as Tirsan and Asilla, you guys are kind of jogging through the sewers, eventually come up underneath the sewer grate that leads up into the back up into Asilla's lab, which is connected to the school.
Alrighty.
So what are you two doing?
Asilla, did you need to do anything in the lab? I don't remember if you said you needed to or not.
Not right now. My thought was the people who want to and are willing to fight to come with us, and then those who are not until we have a solid like plan of how to evacuate them to get them down there with Corey and everyone else. They're safe.
Okay. Can I talk to Blackfire? Blackfire? Was that her last name? Akante? Blackfire?
Yes, Asante. Yeah.
Asante, sorry.
Yeah, she's upstairs. So you guys go upstairs. You go through the lab. As you enter the lab, you see Corey and all the people you left here earlier. You see as you enter, both Syra and Astra are like, "Why are you guys back already?"
Hey,
Why are
guys.
you
run
being
away.
sassy?
Yeah, Syra goes, "Did you run away?"
No, we didn't run away. No,
We're just coming with the game plan.
we're trying to figure stuff out. You know, we wanted to see you one more time. You know, we just missed you so much already.
We wanted to see you one more time, like we're never gonna see them again.
Yeah.
Estet,
You see
Estet comes back over the intercom. Yeah, they're capping.
You see Syra looks at Astra and she's like, "I don't think they're telling the truth."
No, come on, I'm your mother. You can't. Come on.
They didn't mention you once.
All
See,
right.
Astra looks at you, so and he's like, "Mom, I've been thinking on it. Have you thought about just blowing them up?"
You know, the thought has crossed my mind. A lot of times, but sadly, that is not the best course of action right now at this very moment.
I would say I could make more fireworks if you need.
I think I have enough fireworks right now at this moment. I don't think I need any
Okay.
more right now. But
If you need
thank
more,
you.
tell me.
I will let you know. Promise.
All right. You see, Neris's brother just kind of watching this whole interaction, just kind of like, "Wow, okay."
Said, fuck, I'm gonna have to raise this.
As
kid
a full
probably.
elf with elf children, he doesn't deal with this. You guys walk upstairs, up into the kind of lower basement hallways, up into the school. The side kind of closet that it leads out of is not very far from your offices. But as you walk out, you see that although the lights and such are on, that there is nobody in the hallways, in this area. You don't see anyone kind of walking through like this main general office area at the moment.
Do we have like an intercom system in the school? Because we got like bells and stuff.
Yeah, you would probably have one from your office. Yeah. It's just like a
Pearson?
closed. Yeah, it'd be like a closed loop, so it only goes to the school.
Class is not canceled tomorrow.
Please go
You're
to your
expected to be here at 7 a.m. on time. Pearson, do
I
you
don't
want to
care
like?
if your skin's falling off.
I don't care
Here.
if you can't feel anything. You're biting people. You still have to go to school.
That is not an excuse.
Exactly.
Pearson, you want to try to get everyone in here so we can have a talk?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to the intercom and I'm gonna say, all staff and students, please come to. Do we just want them to go to the lab, or do we want them to go somewhere else? Sorry.
I think we have them come down to the office for now, just because we don't know who all's gonna want to fight and who all's want to go down to the lab.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. Sounds good. All staff and all students, part of the sorcery school, please come to the office safely. Thank you.
You hear a resounding "ooh."
Okay.
Can
No one-
Vanala
no-
come to the principal's office?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go back on it.
You're
Like
in
no
trouble.
one's in trouble. Please.
All right, give me a high or a low.
Ooh. Low.
You wait in the office for about 10 minutes. You don't hear anything for a good bit. I mean, it's a big school, but you don't hear anything. And then after about 10 minutes, you sitting in the office hear a kind of rumbling of sound moving towards you. And as you get up and look out the window, you see a small group of maybe 35 or 40 people total, kind of filing down the hallway towards the area. They all look pretty beat up and disheveled, torn robes. Some are kind of like bleeding out of small cuts on their face. You can tell a lot of them are students who are probably hiding out in the dorms. What do you do as they're approaching?
Can I check to make sure that they're not like turning or
Infected?
anything infected? You
Yeah,
know?
roll me an
Yeah.
investigation or a perception, both of you.
Well, god fucking damn.
Sorry, on a 20, you can tell that though they're beat up and like tired and stuff, they don't seem to be infected.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Slay.
Slay the day.
Number 1.
Make sure they're not infected. I basically want to have them all sit down and explain the situation and also tell them I would like to have a handful of students and staff to come with me to help evacuate the people that are trying to get out, and I also would like some to fight with us. Of course, I know that that's a lot to ask for, and you are more than welcome to go to the lab and stay there and be safe. But this is a very extreme situation. It's not looking too good, and all the help would be much appreciated, but I understand.
Okay, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Huzzah.
Oh, Queen, go.
Go, go.
Just
go,
said
go.
huzzah.
Sorry. Oh, my persuasion's really good. I forgot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You see that though most of the students are still very scared, you see some of the older ones kind of steal their gaze a little bit. You see Asaba and Abar both up kind of at the front. Um, Asaba looks at you and she says, What is the plan then? Are we to strictly help evacuation, or surely you have some other goal besides just this?
Yes, I do want to evacuate the people. I also do want to attack the wizards because this is all their fault, and I blame them and I hate them.
There's a resounding, yeah, wizards suck. Yeah, boo, boo.
Yeah, y'all get it. Y'all get it. I just want a handful to help evacuate the people, and I also want a handful to help us help us take down these people because what they are doing is unimaginable, disgusting, and they deserve to burn. Burn!
Burn the witch.
Kill him all.
Wait, just so I have it right.
Go
This
ahead.
is this Estox Asaba? The Asaba we're talking to?
No, this is Asante. Sorry.
Asante. There we go. I was
Yeah.
like Asaba. I thought we were looking for her.
Yeah. My bad.
No, you're good.
There's a pause on a 30 persuasion. You see a bar kind of looks at you, says, it might be best to have most of the abjuration specialists go with the evacuation so they can protect, and the rest of us can come with you.
I think that's a great idea.
On a 30 persuasion, I'll say all, but maybe like 8 of the students decide to stay. And they're all fairly low level, like level 3 to 5.
Oh yeah, get the children out.
3 to 5 sorcerers or artificers or whatever.
That's totally fine.
Understandable.
I want to tell the eight students that are gonna stay. I want to tell them to please protect the people in the lab as much as possible. Please protect our kids. Make sure that nothing gets them. And that
Is there anything you would want to send with these people to preserve from the school?
We got
Not
like a
necessarily-
crest.
Yeah, not necessarily just
Books.
within your inventory, but this is a school that has like magical relics that you guys have collected as like part of your endeavors, like honors and awards, a very extensive library with a lot of very hard to find books. Like it's a very well put together and respectable school. So there's a lot of stuff here.
Mhm. I didn't even think about that. Damn it.
We got an extra bag of Holden lying around.
Most likely in here, yeah.
Mm,
I say like a good majority of like the books in the library.
relics.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
Um,
free
trying to think.
game.
Feel all of it. All that you can take it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think you guys go through and you grab a couple of different things. You go and you pull out a axe that you had collected from a fire giant that was named Wildfire.
Wildfire. That's an interesting name.
What is this axe? Some kind of wildfire?
God damn it.
Bro,
Yo, Eugene,
no
that's
more
what
Will
you
Smith
call-
references.
No, I take my vote back. You're out of the campaign now.
What is
Yo,
ISP?
Batman's
Some kind of
actually
iRobot? Yeah, okay, buddy.
I cannot.
Yo, one of the students a rat by any chance?
Is what?
One of the students that decided to stay, are they a rat?
It's not
by any-
Eugene.
I say Eugene. You
My
know,
Yeah,
name
there's a
will
little-
live for
there's-
centuries.
It's a bunch of people and then one rat who's like, nah, fuck that. I'm leaving.
them bitches.
I'm out here.
Fuck this, guys. This is crazy.
This is the start of the rat war.
That's where it started. Because all the rats except
But
Donald
there
Rump.
are a bunch of relics that you gather. The axe, a very strange, jagged-looking knife that exudes psychic power.
Oh my fucking god, that's crazy.
That sounds really familiar. I just
Here, Tom, why don't you go touch that knife?
okay.
a set of gloves that allow you to control the desert.
Ah,
Dang.
Another interesting one that would maybe not be as interesting to Tier Sun, but would be interesting to the characters living inside the character, living inside her brain, and the rest of those characters, is a very oddly shaped skull that's said to have belonged to a very strange ancient abyssal being.
Yeah, don't give him any of that, guys. Just leave it.
Bag of holding time.
Goodness.
This one
But you collect all of these, you put them into this bag and give it to one of the probably the most advanced student of the ones that are staying. And he takes it, looks at you and says, I will do my best to ensure that this makes it to safety.
Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all doing this. I know that it's a lot to ask for, but I will remember this.
He looks at you and says, You are asking nothing of us. We are cowards. We are running. You are the one who is staying. This is the least that we can do.
I don't think that you're running. I think. Let me rephrase real quick. I do not think you are running. I think even just carrying all of these items, all of the relics, that is good. Taking care of the people in here, you are doing a lot, and I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I'm glad and proud to call y'all my students. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all.
He kind of bows. He looks at you and says, Your words are kind, but it will be a shame if the world lost two great minds such as you and Mrs. Demir. Do your best to survive, please. I would like to see you again.
We're
I
going to
will,
try our best.
we will do our best. I thank you.
Of course. And he says, where should I lead the individuals to safety? You said there was a laboratory?
Oh, yeah. Follow me. Let's go downstairs.
Hmm.
Don't
Well,
touch anything.
he nods. He says,
Please.
of course not. You lead them downstairs. You kind of get those individuals set up, introduce them to the individuals already down there. You see Malkador walks up and he says, "Ah, I see you've located some of the students. I thought to go up and look, but my job was to stay here and protect, but I can take it from here if you need."
Not talking to Malgador, but yeah, I do. Never mind. Stupid question. Figured it out. I want to say, I think because I have a way to contact you, I think it may be best if you stay down here. That way, once we know where the people are going, you'll be able to communicate that with them and help them get where they need to go. And I know you will do what you can to protect them.
He nods and he says, "I will do what I can, but I cannot promise my lady that once my role is fulfilled here that I will not come help."
Oh, if you would like to come help, you are more than welcome to, but I appreciate you taking on this role. I know you're someone that I can trust and will do all in your power to make it happen.
I will see it done, but the moment that your children are safe on that ship, I have my own bone to pick with the Archmagos.
I figure you would be good to have there. You know him pretty well. Or who he used to be, anyway.
Yes. Whatever he is now is a foul shadow.
Sadly,
But
it is.
I will see it done, my lady. I'm sure you have other business to attend to, but I will contact you if there are any more revelations.
Yes, sir. Please make sure they don't touch anything in here. Please.
He says,
We've just
I've
worked.
already placed wards over all the important equipment. They can't even get close.
Of course you have, because you're just so amazing.
That's the main thing that I do is tell people, nope, can't touch that. But with magic. All right.
Well,
I will hear from you soon, I hope.
yes, stay safe, and as soon as I know the plan, I will be in contact with you.
He bows, says, very well, my lady, and turns and starts kind of directing some of the students and stuff to different areas, getting some of their smaller wounds tended to and stuff. And you guys head back
What a
downstairs. And as we cut away from that, we're going to go over to Estok, Isha, and Rick. You guys are walking through the sewers. You guys are slowly starting to approach Isha's kind of underground area. All of you guys roll me either a perception or an investigation.
Ooh.
19 on the now one is crazy.
So all of us?
No.
Just those three.
You
three
perceiving
people
it
that are
from
there.
the temple.
Yeah.
Look out!
My third eye is
I'm
open.
getting a vibe check right now. Hold on.
Something's not right, man.
Who's in this health potion?
On a 28 investigation, I'll say, Orion, as you're walking, you don't hear the sound of any swarms down here or anything following you. It seems like they lost your location, more or less. But you do, even as you're walking, still see out of the corner of your eye those shadows moving and like pointing and laughing. And it's almost your own shadows at this point. You can almost see like these shadows going in and warping your shadows and like trying to rip them to shreds and them slowly, like for a moment, losing form and then coming back.
Mhm. Without saying anything out loud, I'm gonna kind of tap Rick and Isha on the shoulders and kind of point to them.
Yeah, you guys keep kind of walking, and as you look, you notice you see it too at the corner of your eye once it's pointed out. But the weird part is when you turn to look at it at all, it disappears. It's almost just kind of like constantly swimming on the edge of your vision.
Is Isha or Rick familiar with any creatures like that?
I'll say Rick because he's specifically a ranger that specializes in fighting planar entities. You know that this is like this actually worries you a lot because this is almost like a warping of reality. Like you are on the material plane, right? You are in the real world. But these are the effects of being in the abyss. Having been in the abyss, you know that this is what it's like. Like this vision stuff that's constantly fucking with your brain, this is what it does. And it's not supposed to be able to bleed through to the material plane like this, but it feels wrong.
You just kind of relay that all back to them and just say it's bad. I'm doing all right.
I'll just keep walking.
Sure. I'll actually, Isha, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check too. 22? On a 22, you think for a little bit on it, and you think about as a wizard what it would take for there to be planar bleed like that. And it could have happened, you think, from just the act of Orcus being here, but it shouldn't like be this permanent, like especially with him not technically being alive anymore. It shouldn't be this permanent. You think about something strange and slightly unrelated. You think about ley lines, the weave, and how it works. And you think about what you as a wizard, what high-level wizards know about ley lines and the weave that almost nobody else does. And that there's only one way to make ley lines or to add to it. Before I tell you, I'm curious if anybody can guess what it is.
There's only one way to make ley lines.
Blood
It's the-
sacrifice,
the-
I don't know.
Gods, right?
Is it
Close.
souls?
Would it be the death of a god?
Closer.
The becoming of a god?
I think it's more like creation.
Not quite.
Or ascension, maybe? No, it's not ascension.
No. It's actually much simpler than you think. Ley lines in and of themselves are made from the spilled blood of gods. And Orcus just died in the center of the city.
Just?
About a couple hours ago.
And none of us know this in game, I'm assuming.
No, we
You
do.
watched it. You watched
We
it
watched
happen.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Would we be able to make that correlation? I mean, I'm not there, I guess, so. Fuck.
I mean, I'm not gonna exactly announce that over the intercom because the people are gonna be like, "Oh, we're fucked." They're gonna be like,
Guys, Orcus died. Guys, reality is twisting. Everybody's fucked.
Yeah.
Every man for themselves. Yeah.
GG.
What does Isha do with that information?
Just kind of convey that we have a small but extremely significant and terrible problem.
Little oxymoronic, but
Bro, just Google
Seems that
that word.
everything's terrible.
Everything is awful.
I appreciate the singing, Isha, but I don't know.
So you guys continue walking. Same kind of weird visual stuff as you do, but eventually as you approach Isha's kind of little like hideaway area, give me a high or a low, someone, one of you three.
Low.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, let me get one from Isha too. High or low?
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Has fallen in the void.
All right. You guys approach this kind of area. Um, give me another round of perceptions or investigations too. Yeah, that's more like it. Casual 36.
Damn.
Isha, as you're walking, you instantly sense dozens of lifeless figures like hidden in dark areas and holes waiting to strike anything that comes through here. Um, but you know that they're not demons.
Hmm. Does Estoc notice this?
On a 26, I'll say that you notice like signs that there are
Mm.
people around, but I don't think you get any signifiers of what they are.
Okay.
But I don't know what conclusion Isha draws from that.
I mean, it's it's not something undead that I did. It's something new and
Well,
fun and
you
terrible.
you don't know. At the moment, you're not sure. Everything's kind of clouded. But at the moment, you know there's like a large amount of lifeless creatures that are not demonic. They don't have that sense of life force to them. That are just waiting to ambush anything that enters this area without, I guess, a proper permission.
I just convey to everybody else that like we're definitely not alone, and I definitely don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Well, what are you trying to say?
Well, there's something in the shadows that I'm a big fan of, but it's not mine, I don't think, and it's not demonic, I don't think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's not like
Like I
we're
said,
dealing with demons now, are we?
I would say you don't know if they're yours or not. You haven't contacted Seamus since everything went down.
That's what I mean. Like I don't, I'm pretty sure they're not mine, but they may be, but I'm not sure. And they're purely in the darkness.
They all seem to be hidden rather well and like completely unmoving, just like waiting in complete stillness.
And where are we? Like, are we in a hallway, a tunnel?
Right now
room?
you're just like in a large aqueduct tunnel. It's got the kind of river in the middle and then the two sides. And to get to your apartment, you have to take this little offshoot to the right that also has a little trail of runoff water running through it. But you know when you take the right, there's a bunch of divots and stuff in the side that are shadowed, and as well as areas like above that are kind of just like those little culverts and stuff. And you can sense even from where you are that there's a bunch of those creatures are hidden in those like divots and culverts right outside the entrance to your little little hideaway area.
Whatever Estoc will just say, he'll say, if whatever's there is under my command, come out now.
Roll a persuasion check.
And I'm gonna ready dawn.
Oh.
A 10. On a 10, you do not get a response.
Then I'll yell out, anybody around that's mine? My friends? Any of my friends around?
All right, you can roll a persuasion as well.
Because that was persuasive.
With double advantage because of the wording. Oh my.
Yeah!
No response.
I'm a tiny bird, man. Then okay, I keep going, but I have dawn ready in case something jumps out.
Mhm.
Okay. You walk forward. You go and you take the right. As you approach the first like kind of divot in the wall on your right, um, all of you have good enough senses and perception as you hear the sound of a blade kind of like begin to come out of a sheath. Um, and you hear something start to step forward, and you hear a voice go, "Oh, holy shit!"
Oh, hey there.
You see Seamus steps out from the divot, and he says, "It is good to see you all."
You forget the sound of my voice, Seamus?
I
There are
literally
many-
almost burned you with the power of the sun.
There are many deceptions going on currently. It was for safety.
I can't blame you. I'd rather you play it safe than other
That's
options.
why I positioned myself first, so I would be able to judge.
Has anything tried getting in here, as far as you know?
We have had small swarms here and there that seem to just happen across us, though they seem to be traveling through the sewers more to find different parts of the city, as opposed to targeting it.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. Says, if you will follow me, one of your lieutenants has found me as well, Master Estock.
I am extremely pleased to hear that.
Yeah. You walk forward, and you instantly realize why you sensed everything is lifeless, and it's because it's all undead and automatons. You walk forward, you see a couple of automaton guard further back, kind of like out of line of sight and everything, but near a set of doors, standing there, weapons ready. You walk in, and Isha, you see in your kind of main amphitheater room, they've only taken up like a small corner, and you can assume that the rest of the forces and stuff are kind of in the holding area for they usually keep them in anyways. But you walk in and you see Sal along with like 4 or 5 other automatons and a couple of various different like higher ranking undead officers that all seem to be kind of sitting patiently right now, just kind of waiting. So you enter the room.
Just kind of whistle and get them to rally up.
You see they turn around, you see Sal turns and looks, he says, Master Estock, I knew you had not fallen. There was no chance.
He says, and I knew that nothing would stand a chance against you either, my friend, and I'll go give him like a dap.
Yeah. He walks up, he dabs you up, and says, I made it mostly unscathed, but there are some foul rots afoot. And he shows you on his like left arm, you see like the bicep area. There's a small area, maybe 3 or 4 inches, not very much for him, that's like almost eaten through and rusted on the plating though. It seems like he got hit by a little bit of the phage before he got away.
This was from the disease?
Yes, my plating was exposed to some of the vapor for but a moment before I was able to flee, and it ate through in mere minutes.
I'll cast mending on him while we talk.
Yeah. You try to mend it, it will not mend.
Huh. Is mending divination?
What do you mean?
Is it a... Well, it's a cantrip. Oh, it's not a spell. It's a cantrip, so it's not...
Yeah, but it should still have a school.
Well, I'm asking because... I mean, obviously we know this stuff is abyssal and stuff.
It's transmutation
Okay,
spell.
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. So yeah, I tried to patch you up, old friend, but what do you say we make one last march to the tower?
Says, of course, and do not worry about it. It is not even a real wound. It is just shocking to see it eat through so easily.
He says, believe me, I'm not used to seeing you get hurt either, so it's equally as shocking to me.
I think some of those wizards must serve penance, though. What I witnessed up there was nothing short of pure evil.
Well, you're gonna have the chance to be the executioner, my friend.
I would have it no other way, my lord.
And then I'll kind of call Seamus over.
Yeah, you see Seamus enters the room, walks over, he says, Yes, Master Astock.
This is Seamus, as I had just told Sal. We are marching on the wizard's tower, and there are no two men I'd rather do it with than you two.
Says, I would very much enjoy that. As I understand it, the wizard is a necromancer of sorts.
Correct.
He would have trouble in dealing with me.
I have a feeling that he's going to have trouble dealing with all of this, but you two especially.
Whatever the case, when we enter the room, I feel as if Sal and I should beeline directly for him. Leave the rest to you.
We'll try to clear a path for you two as much as we can.
If given the chance, he will end us all in but a moment. We must work quickly.
I've got that figured out.
Of course. Are there any orders you would have us give the forces here?
Whatever amounts of undead and automatons we can spare, I would like to have escort a certain amount of civilians to airships around the city. If I'm able to get in contact with Asaba, she'll be able to get more specifics ironed out, but any men, human, biological people, I want to be given the option of leaving if they so choose, or marching on the tower with us.
He nods and says, all of our forces will go wherever you wish. As far as Asaba, I have not heard from her, but I have to assume that she was able to get indoors somewhere. I do not remember where last she was, but surely you will find her.
Says, I'm tough myself, but it'd take a lot more to take me down than it would her. She's very tough.
He nods and he says, very much so for one with human flesh. It's quite impressive. But there are things to be done. I will relay your orders, and we will head out.
Yeah, and then I'll just walk up to Rick and Isha and let them do what they need to do.
Yeah, anything Isha needs to do while he's here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go, Gonna look at both of them. I'd be like, okay, you know how we had discussed keeping an open mind? Are we still doing that? Are we still? That's still in play? We're still keeping an open mind?
With the way the situation is, we have to.
Okay, because I have a terrible idea, but I'm going to need both of you for it.
All right, what is your terrible idea?
It's more of a show, not a tell.
All right, well, I guess we better get on with it, huh? Only so much time in the day.
Okay, and then I lead him over to
Yeah. So you see that he leads you into this kind of huge, or through another set of doors, into this huge open cistern room, and you see a couple of strange things. First, you walk in, and you see at the bottom, in the center of the room, in the cistern, is this massive orb, 50 feet across, crystal clear, just like has this weird kind of mist floating around it. And then you look up at the ceiling and you see a lot of just objects kind of nonchalantly floating through the air, just kind of their own accord around the room. And in addition to these objects, you see a collection of just large bones, hundreds of them, just kind of spread out across the room, floating in the air.
Okay, so what is this?
Well, it's a terrible idea, and I start tying a rope around my waist.
Yeah.
But
he walks up to like a post that's driven into the ground and ties himself down.
But I need you to just, trust the process. Trust that everything is going to be okay. And I take the other than rope and I tie it around Estock's waist because I'm like, you're heavy. Aren't you heavy?
I am made of metal.
You're probably heavy. I never weighed you, but you're probably heavy. And I tie it like a double knot. Go, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to panic. And I just start walking towards the orb.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've fallen from far distances before, but usually I knew why.
Yeah. You see as Isha just steps off the edge, he starts to slowly just kind of glide down as he's walking. No huge force. He just kind of slowly floats towards it.
You know, if you're trying to kill yourself, Isha, I'd prefer you don't do it with me.
Hey, first of all,
Or yet.
if I was going to do that, I would have done it like 2.5 hours ago. It's been a real shit day. Second of all, that's not the point. The point is, when you get the signal, start pulling.
Oh.
Can you tell us what the signal is?
You'll know it when you see it. It'll be obvious.
All right,
Okay.
that's extremely helpful.
So you kind of glide down towards the orb in the middle, and you see the array of controls, gilded in bronze in front of it. What are you trying to do with it?
I'm going to try to find the part of my notes that shows me what all my options are. That's what I'm trying to do. You know which one I'm going for. Let's just make this a party.
All right. So you watch Isha start to like pull these levers, press a bunch of buttons, all kinds of stuff, and even from down in the sewers, you immediately hear and feel the air pressure change as you can sense the sky above the city start to roil.
It's going to be fine. Probably. It's probably fine.
You watch as this orb starts to crackle with lightning. You see small storm clouds start to appear in the room. And instantly, you hear an immense downpour from outside above.
What are you doing?
My best.
All we can ask, I suppose.
And with that, Isha has used an ancient relic to summon a storm. It's about 5 miles big.
Jesus.
And torrential winds to blow away some of the poison. Rain to help wash away some of the acids. It's not perfect, but there is a small area around the tower and the temples and some stuff that is now clear, that now has clear air.
For how long?
You're not sure, but you think it'll be long enough to do what you need to do. It'd probably be another day, but I mean, it's a big area, and the vapor is so thick it moves really slowly. Part of what makes it so dangerous is because it sticks to people.
Well, I guess we ought to start rallying and getting to the rendezvous. Now we're able to...
And as the storm continues to roil in the room, you watch as all the items that are floating just drop to the ground.
Oh.
Including Isha. Just, ah!
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that the signal?
I think so. I'll pull it back up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you start pulling them up. You see like a desk fall and like hit the edge and fall down and splinter. A bunch of different objects. Isha, you see your wallet fall down from like a little hole in the ceiling.
Hey, I was looking for that.
There's you see like all these large bones kind of hit and tumble and everything like that. After a couple of seconds, the wind starts to calm, the lightning kind of dies off, and there's silence for a moment until you start to hear a clicking noise. And you hear a voice say, "Why do you disturb me, Isha?"
Oh, I forgot you were here. Because we gotta go play, buddy.
What is your purpose for waking me this time? More questions.
Because we're gonna eat a weirdo.
After a moment, Estoc and Rick, you see these bones start to kind of come together as a dragon made of bones, about the size of Tarantasius, forms in the center of the room, and its head is kind of above the cistern, looking right at you guys. The voice.
Can I recognize it based off his bone structure?
You think in life that this guy was a black dragon. Um, you guys see he looks at you, kind of empty eye sockets with glowing purple, kind of a slightly open jaw. It doesn't move, but you hear a voice in your mind that's in all of your minds. It says, "You brought friends this time."
Friends are important.
Maybe for you. What is this you speak of eating?
So, outside right now, there's all sort of winged creatures attacking the airships. Eat all of those you want. If you want to take 5 and just go have fun and eat some flying demon creatures, no one's going to be mad at you. Just eat them. Spread your wings. Really experience life. But then, I kind of think it would be great if maybe we could, I don't know, bite the Magos in the face at the top of the Mage Tower. What do you say? Sounds fun?
He looks, kind of twists his head. He says, "You play on my emotions, Isha. You know my feelings of the Magos."
Oh, I know. You're such a drag. And so creepy. And doesn't see the fun of life. But we can have fun.
He
It'll be
looks,
fun.
he says, "Do your friends know my story and what the Magos did to me?"
No. Would you care to enlighten them? Tell them why this is going to be so fun.
He looks
Would
and he
love
says,
to know.
"Before this place was a city, this was my home. These caves were where I lived. And over the years, your people came and built over it. Year after year, I minded my own and left you to your devices. But your greedy archmagos, after some decades, heard mention that a horde lay below his great city, filled with relics of great power, forgotten, gods and names. So he came here with his hands and his warriors, and he killed me, and he took all of what was mine, and he used it to build himself up."
He's never respected the creatures of this world.
I, unlike most of my kind, was willing to coexist, to simply be left alone.
This is a wish you should have been granted.
But instead, he came here and killed me and flayed my skin and took my eyes, my tongue, my organs, and used them for his own purposes.
Would Rick know about any of this at all?
Rick would know that there was definitely mentions of a dragon living here, but I think Rick realizes in this moment that the Archmagos went through incredible pains to make sure you didn't find out.
I think
Yeah, I've been here the time that go on.
I think we're all seeking some kind of revenge here, so if revenge against the Magos is what you seek, you wouldn't be alone.
Been in the city for a very long time. And I didn't know much of this situation you've been through, and it seems maybe it had been kept from me for reasons, because I would have stopped it.
He looks at you and says, "Ah, you must be the Beast Master Isha speaks of.
That's
That
it.
is correct.
You are an outlier for most of your people. A kindred soul. I wish I had known you in life. Now I am but a husk."
The feeling is mutual.
"Very well. I have slept for long enough. It will be done."
Well,
Isha, how
that
are we
sounds
gonna
like a
fit him
plan
through
to
the
me.
sewers?
Oh, I will handle that, my boy.
He's very nimble. He's very foldable.
There is one
contractible.
benefit of being dead and lich-like, and that is, though I lost some of my capabilities as a dragon, you gain many in the ways of magic.
Well, I'll see you in the skies, my friend.
I'm sure you will. Very well.
One
I will
last
see
ride,
you.
right?
Yes. I hope to see you in the air, Master Rick, and you, Master Estock. But I have a feeling that this may be more bloody than any of us hope.
Seems so.
I will see you all above the city. I wish you luck.
Okay, bye. Have fun.
And you see as he just disappears. And with that, you guys head off a little bit further down towards the sewer that leads up into the beast pins as you guys approach. There is the beast pin area, and it's actually connected directly to the studio where Rick does his shows. That way it's easy transport. And then there's also a small HQ for the site wardens, kind of all in the same building.
I see. Well, I guess we could go to the site wardens first.
Alrighty. You walk into the main office. Give me a high or low.
Hello.
Okay. You walk in and you see Dante Dorn, the Crowfather. He's tall, kind of pallid elf man, very pale skin, long dark hair. He's wearing a long cloak. He's got like two crows that sit on his right shoulder. As you walk in, he's kind of hunched over a table right now. You see a couple of other sight wardens behind him. His back is turned to you as you enter. He seems to be like poring over a couple of maps.
Dante?
He turns and says, "My lord, it is good to see you. I had not
Likewise.
expected that I would see any of you again, truly.
It's been a long day.
So it has. I have lost most of my operatives, my spies, killed by the phage.
That saddens me.
Yes. Whole bloodlines of what most would see as simple creatures, but intelligent beings eradicated. Not a second thought. It is shameful.
What is it looking like we have left?
Out of the site wardens that I am aware of, many have gotten to bastions along the walls and have contacted us to tell us they remain. But of the nearly 600 we had, we've only heard from 400 of them total. Seems as if we have lost some large percentage in the initial incident. The one
That's quite
saving grace is
unfortunate.
that most of us were positioned on the outskirts of the city and saved us from losing the majority.
What is the situation looking like currently?
We are ready to mobilize whatever forces we have in whatever way you need. It is hard, if not impossible, for us to traverse above the city, but due to our experience and Master Isha's help over time, we are competent at moving through the sewers. Really, the command is up to you, my lord, whatever you wish us to do. I do not know what you have planned going forward.
Well, it seems we have planned to take a march onto the tower, take out the Magos.
I think that given the havoc and hell he has wrought, it may be the only thing to do.
We're also planning to evacuate remaining citizens.
Understandable. Do you have guides for them yet?
We have some, but we could always use more.
Many of the site wardens, while good combatants, their skills are better used in tracking and traveling.
And it should be done.
Very well. What would you have of me?
Or what would you prefer?
I do not wish to leave the city.
Well, if that's what you wish, then you come march with us to the tower. I cannot say for certain if things are going to turn out the way we would like. We can damn well try.
Mm-hmm. Death is but another step in the cycle, my lord.
I'm aware of this.
We who stay connected to nature remembers these wizards fear death, but I do not think we do in that way.
Not just with the nature. I've seen war. I've seen death. I know what it's like. It all feels reminiscent of that.
Yes. It is like stepping back in time 100 years and feeling as if all the progress is for nothing.
To me, war is an aberration of nature. And yet we can't get rid of it fully.
Yeah, it is a creation of man. It is something that as long as we exist, I feel we will force into the world even though it is not natural.
Truly a sad state.
Yes, but it is on men like you, men like us, to change it where we can, even if we must give ourselves in the process.
So it seems.
I must ask, my lord. I do not wish to pry, but your daughter, is she safe?
I believe so. We've made a plan to get the children out.
That is good to hear. Some light amongst all this.
Yes, that I do agree with. Do you have any
Very well, my lord.
report on the beast pins at all?
Most of the beasts were actually unharmed, as they were not loose. Throughout the day, the wizards had requested we not allow for daily walks or flying while the visitors were here, is to not scare them. And they wanted the beast pins ready for these individuals to come, I guess, gawk at the animals. But as I understand it, there are the general creatures that stay here, the griffins, various beasts. We have some basilisks and the like. Also, Kularik is still here, and Gorsilion has yet to leave.
Would wish to speak with them and perhaps also give some of these beasts a chance to revenge themselves.
He says, yes, my lord, they should be just in the pin. I will start passing out the orders you have given and tell our forces to muster here where they can.
Sounds good.
You walk into the beast pins and you see, a variety of different creatures. Like I said, a couple of basilisks. There's like a cockatrice in there. You have like probably 20 or so different griffins or whatever that some of the site wardens use for travel and writing. Some larger kind of different creatures as well. You actually have like a giant pool in here that has an aboleth in it, which is like a very dangerous creature to have, but you're a planar traveler, so you know how to handle it. And all kinds of stuff like that. You walk to the back of the room and you see this huge kind of open area. And you see both Kularik and Gorsilion sitting there and they seem to be talking. And Kularik is like, man, I probably wouldn't have come here if I knew that like all this was gonna go down. I'm supposed to go on vacation next week.
I kind of walk up and introduce, yeah, I understand. I did not know this was going to happen either.
He's like, oh man, Rick, I don't blame you. It's just like, man, timing.
Timing, it is ironic.
But it's good to see you. It's good to know that things didn't go bad.
Good to see you too. It's been, well, like I've said to others, it's been a long day.
So it has. You see Gorsilion pipes up and he says, Rick, what's the deal, man? What's going on?
Well, it seems our dear leader of this city, the Archmagos, has finally decided to show his hand that he's evil scum. And we have a plan to take him out. I don't know what your personal feelings on the man are.
You see Kular, he looks, he says, I have always thought the Archmagos to be a egotistical prick, for lack of a better word.
You'd be correct.
See Gorsilion's like, I don't have much personal experience with him, but I do hear he's pretty gnarly to dragons.
I've learned that recently too. I've known this before, but even more so reinforces this knowledge.
I mean, if you need our help, Rick, you just gotta ask, man.
If you would like to, I don't want to put you out of your way or put you in harm's way just to do this, but if you would volunteer, would much appreciate it.
Well, I mean, truth of the matter is that if things get too hot and we're not able to keep up, both of us kind of just have the ability to dip out whenever we need.
It's fair and understandable. If you can provide any help, whether in the fight or getting
Not to
civilians
say we'd
out,
abandon you, but say we stay with you and fight, one of us gets hurt. It's not as much a death sentence for us as it would be for
yeah,
one of you.
even then, you'd still be helping, which would be appreciated.
They kind of look at each other and kind of look at you, and they're like,
Rick, I've known you for quite a while,
Mhm.
and you've, as far as I know, always been a man of peace. If you are
That I
saying
have.
that you think this is time to wage a war, I think we're both with you.
I have always been a man of peace, but also, as I've said recently to others, have waged war before, and this is time. No question, no doubt about it.
they both nod. Kulark says,
Very well, Rick. It will be done. For all of my foresight, I do not see how this will end, but nonetheless, it must happen.
Many lives have already been lost already, and many more are at stake.
Then let us do what we can to stop it.
Seems we're in agreement.
very well. And as you walk out, you walk into the last part of the building, which is your broadcast room. What's Rick thinking in this moment?
Right, time for one last show, huh?
Seems so.
Can you send me the
There's
link
no one-
again? I don't
Yeah,
have it
you can.
anymore.
Give me just a moment.
Don't heckle me if I stutter.
Retard.
You're banned.
This guy's retarded.
Let me do that. I'm gonna go get my drink. I'm gonna grab it. Okay, I'm back.
And then Rick died.
Damn. Okay, I gotta pull
So
up now.
you walk into the broadcast room. It's dark, lights are off. Seems like everybody ran. You see papers kind of strewn all over. As you walk in, you think you're alone for a moment, and then from an office you hear a small shuffling. Instantly, instantly stops, as if someone realized they made a noise and then just froze.
What was the name of his assistant again?
Anira.
Nir, is that you?
After a second, she says, "Mr. Rick? Mr. Rick, is that you?"
Yes, it is.
After a second, you hear like some rustling. You hear the sound of like objects used to barricade a door being moved. The pushing of like a shelf, and the door opens, and you see a very disheveled Anira Murr, your personal assistant, walk out. She's got kind of like a couple of scratches. She's bleeding from her hair. Is kind of a mess, but she's all in all at one piece. She walks out. She says, "Oh my God, how did you make it here?"
From the sewers. I probably smell bad.
Yeah, it's not great, but honestly, I wish I'd thought of that. I'd like to get out of here.
And you will. We'll make sure of it.
She
You
kinda
feeling
nods,
alright?
Yeah, she nods. She's like, I more or less. I mean, physically, I'm okay, but seeing all that was just so much.
It was. It was a lot.
But
You been here the whole time?
yeah, I just kind of hid up in my office whenever it happened. Everyone else started running, and I didn't want to get trampled.
Do you know if they made it out alright?
I don't know, but I don't think so. They all decided to run out the front door.
Panic makes people do things that aren't smart, unfortunately.
I tried to get them to stay, but everyone wanted to go get home to their families, which I get.
Yeah.
But
Well,
why are you here, Mr. Rick? Why aren't you with your family?
they're all, working to get to safety and fix us all. And I feel like maybe we could do one last broadcast to the city to just try and get people to safety. One last message.
She kind of nods. She says, yeah, I don't think any of the camera equipment got destroyed. I think I can run it by myself."
That would be very good.
All right. She runs over. She starts like plugging in cables and stuff, trying to get the camera set up. It's just kind of like a very basic, like it's not even like on the set. You're just kind of in the office, in front of a wall. After a couple minutes, with you helping her, she kind of stands up. She's like, "All right, I'm not sure, but I think everything's right.
Alright, so we're live?
Whenever you tell me, I hit the button and we go live."
Alright, is everyone else in this room with me? Like, Estok and Isha?
I stuck an E-shirt with you, yeah.
Alright. I asked them, do you want to be on the camera or do you want to be behind it?
Nah, I could be on it. I'm
Isha?
camera shy. Isha's staring into the abyss.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Yeah, no. I'll help wherever you want me to. Want me by you? I'll be by you.
Yeah. So Rick, you go pull up like 3 like interview chairs, like you're on the Ellen show.
So this vanilla guy.
So this dude,
Spread a plague upon the city.
like what
Sits
a
on a chair.
loser.
It's made of cake. Yeah.
Is that Chris Evans?
You see Anira kind of looks. She says, "All right, you guys are in frame and you're good to go. Just let me know when you're ready."
Alright, well, guess better time than never, right?
Yeah, you take the lead.
She says, "All right, 3, 2, 1, you're good to go."
Hi, all. I would like to begin tonight's broadcast with a message to the most important creatures in our city. To the young, to the children, my friends. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I spent many mornings with you all, bright and early, learning about all the beauty in our world and the creatures around us. Together we have tamed hydras, met dragons, and had so many adventures. But now is time for a new adventure. My most trusted rangers, great beasts, have come to our home. Sorry, that was a bad read. My bad. And they are not like the wonderful creatures that of yore that you study with me. Like I've said, in any creature of our friend, I give you the love it needs. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. I'll try my best.
You're good.
I've never been good at reading out loud.
You're good. Slow it down.
I'm trying. Where was I? Okay. And I've always said that any creature may be a friend, but if you give it the love it needs, for little ones, that was wrong. These monsters wish to harm us. They do not wish to rid our city of the great love we share. You must follow your parents, and you must go and leave this city and all the wonders it may hold. For you are the future, and the only memory that will remain when this dark claims its new home. It's been the greatest honor of my life to spend these years teaching with you the magic that lives in this world. Now take my lessons and do not let this world forget that we fall to monsters of shadow that is all that is required and a light amidst the dark until
Are
the
you good?
next time.
Are you good, or do you want me to? I mean, like, I don't want
It,
to.
yeah, I've always had a hard time reading out loud.
I just
do
don't want to.
apologize.
If you're really struggling, I don't want to make you do it.
I am struggling quite hard.
Okay. Here. I'll read it for him. I normally wouldn't do this, but I know Metal's like really fucking tired and busy, so
Yeah.
I get us a lot. So this is the speech that Metal and I concocted together, the final speech that Ranger Rick
I'm
ever
gonna
gave
cry
to
if
the
you
city.
say that. Yeah, holy shit.
This is it. I'll start it from the beginning. It says, "Hi all. I would like to begin tonight's broadcast with a message to the most important creatures in our city, to the young, to the children. My little friends, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I've spent so many mornings with you all, bright and early, learning about the beauty in our world and the creatures around us. Together we have tamed hydras, met dragons, and had so many adventures. But now it is time for a new adventure, my most trusted rangers. Great beasts have come to our home, and they are not like the wonderful creatures of yore that you study with me. I have always said that any creature may be a friend, if you give it the love it needs, but little ones, I was wrong. These monsters wish to harm us. They wish to rid our city of the great love we share. You must follow your parents. You must go and leave the city and all the wonders it may yet hold. For you are the future, and the only memory that will remain when the dark claims its new home. It has been the greatest honor of my life to spend these years teaching you the magic that lives with us in this world. Now take my lessons, and do not let the world forget that though we fall to the monsters of shadow, all that is required is a light amidst the dark. Until next time, have a dandy day. Every day is an adventure. Make today a good one." And to the populace of this city, dark forces have decided that amongst our hubris and greed, we shall fall, and this city will be purged. The circles of Diamond, Gold, and Ruby, and all the other ruling classes of this city would have you die here to give them a chance at protecting their lives, to protect their great works that they value above you all. The Archmagos Marikers decreed all ports, beast pens, and vehicles be placed on lockdown. What the Magos forgets is that despite his power, these rich fools are not the ones who run this city. We of the Cerulean Circle have decided to override this command and open all avenues of escape to the citizens of Angora. The esteemed Mrs. Asilla Demir has commanded the city to allow all vehicles to leave without prior approval. You must flee. Do not try to save your riches or your works, but run, and run for your life. By my command as Site Warden, I decree any city official trying to leave or take the spot of a citizen will be executed, backed by our beloved Estat Karen, captain of the Arcana Stratagem. I have spent my entire life protecting this city, and I will not see its people die at the hands of you foul, greed-ridden wizards. My people, the great people of Angora, the great silver city, the greatest to be created or ever be created. Run and do not turn back. Built in flames we were, and to flames we shall return. Ranger Rick, signing out.
That's fucking emotional. Oh my god. That was amazing.
Damn,
Can
Rick, you stole my thunder. I was
I
about to
know.
say.
Hey, does Eurexis hear that?
Isn't that broadcast over the whole city?
That is broadcast to every screen in the city.
Can
I'll
the second
broadcast
he
it over
starts
the
talking,
intercom too.
yeah,
I'll
the
type
second
in.
he starts talking, can I scribble that down? Like, can I make a copy of that? And I want to give that speech like written down. I want to give it to one of the higher people that are fleeing to protect
Mhm.
it, so that way his
Okay.
words will not be for vain. Not
Absolutely.
be in vain. Sorry.
I'll also like I'm sure Estock's got a cord and like an aux cable. He'll plug it into the
Yeah.
camera to make sure the
Yeah,
words are heard.
Absolutely. And that message is broadcast to every medium on the city that will accept it.
That's beautiful.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Duh. Crazy ass speech.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
completely
God
okay,
damn,
Metal.
Rick.
Don't feel bad about that at all. That was a conjoined effort. Like everything in that was ran through and approved by Metal. That was the Ranger Rick special.
Rick got me
In my
crying on
notes,
the
I just said
floor.